Mark Sanchez let go by Fox after stabbing incident. We're going to talk about what and why it took so long, because everybody saw this coming, including that guy right there, the homie Mark Sanchez. So let's hear from him and his family as Mark's brother, Nick Sanchez Jr., on behalf of the Sanchez family, tells TMZ Sports it's been a long month for Mark as he continues to recover from serious injuries while also grieving the loss of a close friend. Yeah, Nick Mango, beast. Rest in peace. While the recent news and its timing is understandably disappointing, our priority remains his continued healing and recovery. Mark deeply values his time at Fox and exceptional colleagues he's had the privilege to work with. Those relationships are meaningful and will endure. Blah, blah, blah. Let's make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's connect on Patreon. All access, full episodes, early access to rap, story time, Wileyisms, and support projecttransition.org below. Let's go. Compton's in the house. Who really cares about a sucker on a takeoff? We could bust a move. We could have a shake and bake off. Let's get back into this. Had to let that go. Okay, so a month after Mark Sanchez was involved in a near fatal fight while in Indianapolis to call an NFL game for Fox, the company has handed the quarterback turned broadcaster his pink slip. All right, TMZ reports that, right? I'm going to tell you guys what's happening behind the scenes and what happened. A Fox Sports spokesperson tells us, we can confirm that Mark Sanchez is no longer with the network. There will be no further comment at this time and any other time. I love when they say that, all right? Brief, to the point, and they get in and get out of it. All right, the story was broke. We all know what happened. I ain't going to recover. I'm not going to go back through that. Y'all go look at my old video if you want to see me break down the incident, okay? But he does have 4 charges, including 1 count of felony battery, in addition to 3 misdemeanors that could carry several years in the joint, in prison. All right, so he was arrested in the hospital. We all know that. They got him coming out, and he's talking about how the doctor saved his life. He's still recovering from those injuries. Drew Brees is now in the building as an NFL analyst, and that's the guy, Drew Brees, taking his job. So now if you look at Fox, they have Tom Brady, number 1, Greg Olsen, number 2. I understand you guys don't like that order. You guys are like, Greg Olsen's way better than Tom Brady. I hear you. $375 million tells me that Tom Brady may be regarded higher in that building. But I understand your point. And then Mark Sanchez was number 3, lost that opportunity because of this tragic night on all levels. And now that is Drew Brees' job going forward. Okay, so what happened behind the scenes? Why and what? What took so long and why were they taking so long? Well, you know what they do. They have to gauge the wind. The first thing is, and this is crazy, but it's real. The first thing is when it happens, they're like, can we survive this? Right? Like, how's the public sentiment looking? Is it resentment? Is it pissed off? Are they like, this fool? Are they like, oh, I can see the other side? You know, they're trying to gauge the wind. And once they gauge the wind, they realize, okay, we can survive this. Now, how do we thrive through this? How do we get better from this situation? Is it putting Mark Sanchez back in there as a sympathetic figure? Hey, he had a rough night. First time he ever got into trouble, blah, blah, blah. Or through their discovery, right? They're going to hire their private investigators and all that to find out some more details than the public knows. And also just reading through comment sections, as small as that. What are people saying? People are saying some crazy stuff about Mark. Oh, you start hearing personal testimonies. You know what happens. People start coming out the woodwork like, yeah, man, I was at this SC game and he was at the tailgate. Was that a good story? Or was that we should have saw this coming story, blah, blah, blah. That's what happens. It happens with everybody who gets into these situations. That's why they don't fire them immediately on the spot. You're in the hospital close to death, and then they arrest you once you have any conscious thought, and then they still let you keep your job for a month. This is what's happening behind the scenes. Also, they're dotting the I's and crossing the T's because now they're starting to have their decision, and they have their decision a lot earlier than the firing on Friday, yesterday. So now we're dotting our I's, crossing our T's legally, making sure, Mark is somebody who has resources. He can turn this thing around. He can have a lawyer hit him up and say, look, man, you know, they fired you without due cause or unjustly. It's a lot of ways this can play. So we dotting the I's, we crossing the T's, making sure we're as bulletproof as possible in this situation. Now, crazy. I caught that too. I didn't say knife proof. I said bulletproof. All right, so now, after they make sure they're in a better place, we survive. Now let's thrive. What are we doing? They reach out. Drew Brees. You think Drew Brees got the job yesterday? Yeah, announced yesterday. You think Drew Brees wasn't on the phone and they weren't going back and forth? Yes, of course. His agent, right? They're like, Drew, we've been hearing him. We see him on First Take. That ain't the best fit for him. You know, he shouldn't be up there with them loud mouths and they got to give out some hot takes. That ain't Drew Brees. Okay, so I heard he wanted to be back in the booth. He keeps telling everybody he could be one of the best in the booth. And when he was at NBC, they had him in that studio. That ain't the best thing for Drew. You know what I mean? Over there, got to get these little sound bites real quick, and that's it. Get up off camera. Nah, we got something for him. We're going to give him exactly what he wants. He wants to be in the booth. He could be in the booth. All right, so how long you think that negotiation occurred? You think Drew Brees signed for that money in a day? In a week? My point. So all of this is happening on behind the scenes, but why still does it take a month for it all to hit? Sensitivity. Simple as that. You don't want to come off as crass if you're an organization, if you're Fox, you're a network, and you're like, we know what we got to do, but you also got to slow play it so people can see that Fox is even impact. Like they even felt grief. Like they even have to deal with it. And they may have. I'm not going to say that. But I'm just saying part of it is do not come out the day after and be like, dude, got a resident. Peace. No. Let it all die down. Read the tea leaves. Gauge the wind. Dot the I's. Cross the T's. Make sure Drew is in place, everything. And then, voila. So Drew got announced first. Voila. Wow, Drew is at Fox. What's going to happen with Mark? What's going to happen with Mark? That's the conversation. Oh, they let him go. The inevitable, right? Crazy, man. December 11th is the trial date. I think it's televised. Yes, at first it wasn't. Then they changed judges. And then the second judge was like, put it on TV. I don't know what the criteria is, but I know in Indianapolis, we're about to see a trial of Mark Sanchez. I don't know what the defense can be. I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know what the second side or the third side of this looks like. But I know one side, which is like not that good for Mark Sanchez. But there are three sides to every story. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think about, one, the firing of him, right? Duh, let's be real. But more importantly, going forward, how can this trial play out? Like, if you're defending Mark Sanchez, you're his defense attorney, what are you pulling? I know some people are saying, hey, you got to play on to like alcoholism and you were just a functional drunk, and then that was just an episode, like trying to play a little more the mental health element. That's the only thing I've heard that even hits. Y'all tell me. Beat it up in the comments. All right. So, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But before we flow, boy, we check in on your blood flow, boy. Are you guys using Vinia? Oh, my God, what are you guys doing? Let's keep it real, family. Energy isn't about sugar or caffeine. Nah, none of that fake stuff. It's about blood flowing. When your circulation's strong, the oxygen, the nutrients, they hit your muscles, your brain and heart, and goes where it needs to go. What does that mean? More focus, more alert, and you are ready with more energy. So come on, go to Vinia.com/Marcellus. Use the discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Who's Marcellus? Me. You know your boy. 10-year NFL All-Pro baller. Had to go after it without Vinia, without this real product. Had to use that fake stuff, sugar and caffeine. Good thing is, it got me up there. Bad thing is, pow. Boy, would you crash sometimes in the middle of the game. So now, in the game of life, I have Vinia. You can too. So make sure you use Vinia in your daily routine. I don't care if you're a dad. I don't care if you're a coach or chauffeur like me. All the above. You need this to be more focused, more alert, and it helps you be on the go. So go to Vinia.com/Marcellus, Marcellus10 for the discount code, and you will get 10% off. That's Vinia.com/Marcellus. You know what we do on this show, boy. Nobody died, so we flow, boy. Yeah, they were in that alley. Who really cares about a sucker on the takeoff? We could bust a move, we could have a shake and bake off. Oh, that's a verse. People forgot that Compton's in the House remix. Dr. Dre went crazy. CPT in the house. And Mark Sanchez, FOXX out the house. Man, first a butt fumble, now a blade rumor. Career like my passes, all late bloomers. That dude rocking. Where the flows at? Head over to my Patreon. Early access, all access, full episodes. The raps, the flows, story time, Wileyisms, and more. Bwah, 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 bwah. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I believe the purpose.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so